including the Oklahoma City Metro. With fires being able to spread rapidly, the NWS is advising citizens to take precautions if one were to start.
A 45-year-old man was killed after a head-on ATV crash at Soggy Bottom ATV Park. Oklahoma Highway Patrol confirmed the wreck happened along the Canadian River in Pottawatomie County. The man was identified as Jason Kane of Wayne, Oklahoma. Investigators say Mr. Kane was traveling west when another ATV driven by a 24-year-old from Oklahoma City struck his vehicle, causing it to overturn. Jason Kane was pronounced dead at the scene. The identity and condition of the other driver has not been released at this time.
The Neal Center for Justice calls for the resignation of Oklahoma County Jail Trust Chairman Jim Holman. This call comes after Holman's alleged issue of raising employee salaries on his own, even after the board voted to reject those raises. If sustained, the complaint points toward several violations of Oklahoma law and financial oversight. Holman would have to resign immediately from his position and would go under criminal investigation. An Oklahoma spokesperson says no individual can overturn the lawful vote of a governing board regardless of position. This is still an ongoing investigation, so be sure to tune in for the Daily O for the latest updates.
The Oklahoma House has passed a new bill requiring faster police reporting in school abuse cases. This new bill aims to combat the issue with schools reporting allegations of neglect and abuse. Author of the bill, Steve Bashor, says the goal is for any allegation to be filed to law enforcement within 24 hours. The bill also says schools must contact police before starting their own investigation or questioning the accused. This measure allows officials to interview those involved first unless there is an urgent safety concern. The bill will now head to the Senate floor for an official hearing.
Some Oklahomans are panicked, complaining that Service Oklahoma is telling them they are not U.S. citizens. This frustration comes after Oklahomans have attempted to renew their driver's licenses online through Service Oklahoma. The database was changed so the license renewal process could be faster. Service Oklahoma released a statement saying they are aware some customers are experiencing this issue, but it just means more documentation is required. The statement also says they are editing the messages that are displayed so everything is clearer for the people involved.
Jazz, metal, and a night out at the ballpark. Aaron Stinson has what's going on around the state this week. Aaron?
Yeah, guys, you like jazz? Because starting with tomorrow night, the Pat Metheny Group is bringing American jazz fusion to the Chapman Music Hall in Tulsa at 7:30. Then, on Wednesday night, Swedish metal band Orbit Culture is rocking the Diamond Ballroom in Oklahoma City at 8. And finally, on Thursday night, it's opening day for the Double A. The Tulsa Drillers are at home to kick off the season against the San Antonio Missions with the fireworks show after the game, first pitch at 6:30. Well, that's all I got for this week. Back to you guys.
Well, it was a dry and windy day here in Stillwater. Let's check in with Macy Strain, who has our evening forecast. Macy?
Yeah, Will, it was really dry, really hot, really windy today. But let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions. Right now, we have a temperature of about 84 and a real feel at 84. We have a little bit of wind coming out of the east at 20 miles per hour, and it is beautiful outside right now. It is sunny besides that wind, but that's all I got for now, so I'll go ahead and send it back to the desk.
All right, Macy. When we return, there's a new spot for fun here in Stillwater.
The Daily O returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
If you're looking for something new to do in Stillwater, we might have just the thing. As our own Zach Berger shows, there's a new spot in town to put on your radar.
The Hub, a new family entertainment center that's turning heads and bringing a central location to all things fun in small-town Stillwater. Located on the north side of town, just off Perkins, the Hub has fully been open for a little over a week, but is providing fun that you normally wouldn't find all in one place. Want to move around? Try out their pickleball courts, their bowling alley, and their arcade. Say you want to slow it down. Grab a bite from one of their food trucks, get a drink from their bar, or enjoy a film in their movie theater.
So whether it's playing pickleball, going to see a movie, or actually bowling, the variety alone is making the Hub a new entertainment epicenter here in Stillwater.
It's really good because you used to have to go to Tulsa or somewhere else to do stuff.
Oh, it definitely adds something to do here. We definitely needed something like this. It's new, it's updated, it's nice. But yeah, I think it's definitely just a good place to have because we don't really have anything like this here.
And with the new energy the Hub brings, it seems to be only going up from here for the city.
It gives me another place to beg my parents to take me to.
I definitely think it's going to get more popular. I think the longer we're open, the better it will be. We're going to keep on trying to make it as good as possible.
I'm actually coming back later today. It's for another friend.
Reporting from the Hub, Zach Berger, The Daily O.
As we said earlier, those windy conditions are looking a little dangerous. Let's check back in with Macy to see what the conditions are looking like across the state. Macy?
Yeah, guys, that wind is not looking good for that dry heat we have had, but in good news, we are going to be seeing some rain this week across the state. Going into tonight, we're not going to see anything of cloud coverage, but moving into tomorrow, early in the day, we're not going to see much of anything. Overnight, just some cloud coverage move across the state. But once we get into Tuesday night, that is when we're going to start seeing some rainstorms pop up around the state, mainly pop up in that southern region. And then moving into Wednesday, we're going to see that rain continue. We're going to see that kind of move across the state, and we might see some storms popping up around Stillwater, so just be careful, be ready to have your umbrellas. Some things I think you guys need to look out for. When we're moving into the weekend, we are going to see that rain, those scattered storms across the state, like I said. Like we were talking about, those high wind speeds, those are going to be a problem and be an effect for that fire weather warning. And then also we are going to have a temperature drop later in the week, but more on that in the 7-day. I'll go ahead and send it back to you guys.
All right, Macy, looking forward to some rain. When we return, Pakistan joins the war in Iran in an unexpected way.
And President Trump gives more warnings to Iran. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
Pakistan is making itself known in the war in Iran, but possibly as a peacemaker. Pakistan says they will host talks between the U.S. and Iran. However, neither party has officially confirmed the meeting to be real. It is also unclear if these talks would be direct or indirect. Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar says Pakistan is very happy that both Iran and the U.S. have expressed their confidence in Pakistan to facilitate these talks. He also says that Pakistan will be honored to host and facilitate meaningful talks between the two sides in the coming days. When asked, President Trump didn't address the potential talks in Pakistan, but said that negotiations with Iran are going, quote, extremely well.
Despite those potential talks, President Donald Trump is now threatening widespread destruction of Iran's infrastructure. Trump says that if a deal is not reached to end war with Tehran shortly, he plans to follow through with plans of destruction in Tehran. This would mean targeting infrastructure such as water desalination plants and other energy resources. The threat also mentions Iran's Karg Island oil export hub, which Trump suggests U.S. troops could seize. There remains no end to the war in sight as new strikes have hit both Iran and Kuwait, and the death toll within Iran has risen to more than 1,900 people.
Even as TSA agents begin receiving pay again, ICE could remain present in U.S. airports. When asked about the possibility of ICE maintaining its presence in airports, White House border czar Tom Homan says, "We'll see." Homan says the decision depends upon how many TSA agents come back to work and how many quit. ICE has been assisting in airports by checking identification and plugging other security holes, while TSA agents maintain more difficult roles. An estimated 50,000 agents have been working without pay, missing multiple paychecks. The Department of Homeland Security says that the TSA has started the process of paying workers, and those checks are expected today.
An Iranian strike on an American base causes a vital loss in the U.S. war with Iran. Alexis Trindle has more on that in your political pulse. Alexis?
Yeah, Will. A vital U.S. radar aircraft was destroyed by an Iranian strike on an American base in Saudi Arabia. This strike by Iran could potentially impact the United States military's ability to monitor threats by Iranian forces. This raises questions on how prepared the U.S. is for a long-term war. The E-3 Sentry, an airborne warning and control system, was one of 6 located at the Prince Sultan's Air Base. Prior to this airstrike, the U.S. had 16 total E-3 Sentries. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Daniel Davis said, "There were too many in the administration that thought this would be a quick and easy thing. The Iranian side still has plenty of missiles to keep going at a sustained rate." That's all I have today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Millions of Americans took to the streets Saturday protesting for No King's Day. This marks the 3rd series of nationwide protests, and this time there were more than 3,000 events nationwide. About 5 million attendees spread out across 2,600 protests. These series of protests are energized by issues such as current immigration enforcement tactics and the war in Iran. Protesters say they have legitimate grievances with the president and hope that mass, nonviolent protests can make a change. However, White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson fired back, saying the only people who care about these Trump derangement therapy sessions are the reporters who are paid to cover them.
A federal judge orders better attorney access for detainees in Florida's Alligator Alcatraz. The detention facility, built last summer, resides in the Florida Everglades to support President Trump's immigration policies. Now they must provide those detained with better access to attorneys. A lawsuit filed by former detainees outlines many issues, such as attorneys needing to make appointments days in advance, unlike other facilities where they can come during visitation hours. U.S. District Judge Sherry Polster Chappell has issued a preliminary injunction which says that Alligator Alcatraz officials must provide access to timely, free, confidential, unmonitored, unrecorded outgoing legal calls. They must also provide at least one operable telephone for every 25 people held in the facility, and information must be made available in multiple languages.
A dominant week for Cowgirl softball. Alyssa Brandon is in the Sports Corner when we return.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Alyssa Brandon. Now let's see what's going on in sports. Cowgirl softball smashed their busy week with 4 wins over Tulsa and Utah. Up in Salt Lake City, the Pokes took a series sweep against Utah, finishing their last game 4-2. This moved the Cowgirls to 7-5 in conference play. Cowgirls and Utes went into the 6th inning tied 2-2, where Lexi McDonald and Tia Warsup earned runs to take the lead. On the pitching mound, Ruby Malin earned the win in relief and was 4-0 for the week with 16 strikeouts. And it was a career milestone in Utah for Amanda Hasler, with 150 career runs batted in. The Cowgirls get a little break now after playing 4 games in 5 days, with their next game on April 8th against Wichita State. Cowboy baseball, though not as fortunate as softball, let the rubber match drop against BYU, letting that slip away and dropping the weekend series. Oklahoma State fell 5-4 on a 2-out walk-off home run in the 9th to close out the weekend. The Cougars took Game 1 on Thursday before OSU answered in Game 2 on Friday. That set up an anticipated Saturday where the Cowboys led 4-2 late behind a 3 RBI day from Colin Ritchie. But the Cougars rallied in the final innings with a 2-run blast in the 9th to seal the deal. OSU falls to 17-11 overall and 3-6 in Big 12 play. They return to action on the road Tuesday versus Dallas Baptist before resuming Big 12 play at home against Cincinnati. Those who are behind Oklahoma State hockey, club hockey that is, said that they are going to host some outdoor games next season.
The Cowboy Hockey Club is planning on turning Boone Pickens Stadium into a hockey rink in January of 2027. The event will be over 4 days and include 4 games on 2 nights and a public skate. As of now, there's been no word from OSU officials, but OK State Hockey has said to stay tuned in over the next few months. The Cowboys, of course, coming off their strong season as the runners-up in the American Collegiate Hockey Association national title game. Cowgirl Equestrian is riding high in the saddle after earning their 6th consecutive Big 12 championship. The Cowgirls defeated the TCU Horned Frogs 14-5 for the Big 12 title. Now, this is the 12th Big 12 championship title for the Cowgirls and head coach Larry Sanchez. Cowgirls dominated in every event just the 2nd time this season, and it's the largest victory for the Pokes this season and over TCU since 2020. A total of 3 Cowgirls earned the most outstanding performer of the tournament. This win is not their last meet, though, as the Pokes head to Ocala, Florida for the national championship in April. What is happening with the Cowgirl basketball team? Starting guard Amari Whiting and freshman Lena Girardi become the 7th and 8th Cowgirls to announce intentions to leave for the transfer portal. They're among other notable names like Achola Cott, Jaden Wooten, and Tyler Hurd, who were all key contributors in the Cowgirls' first NCAA tournament victory in 5 years. Staley Hurd is head coach J.C. Hoyt's one confirmed returner, with only one other Cowgirl yet to decide. Now, the rest of the roster, they're either graduating or currently in the portal. With questions and pressure rising, Hoyt will have some major work to do in the offseason. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. A local tribe is bringing life to a polluted creek. Will and Shay have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
About fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Project Hail Mary soars past box office expectations. Abby Walston has that and more in our A-List update. Abby?
Yeah, well, Project Hail Mary absolutely dominated in its first 2 weeks in the box office. The Ryan Gosling film is said to be the year's first big blockbuster after bringing in $164 million and crushing other big releases like Hoppers and Scream 7. Opening weekend for the film brought in $80 million domestically. The film is based on the novel Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, who also wrote the novel The Martian that was adapted in 2015 and starred Matt Damon. Weir is no stranger to box office success. The Martian had a 91% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and Project Hail Mary is currently sitting at a 95%. Well, that's all I have for your A-List update. back to you at the desk.
Mining in Oklahoma left a local creek a mess until an indigenous tribe brought the creek back to life. The Quapaw Nation of Oklahoma has brought one of the most contaminated areas in the country back to agricultural production. Tar Creek, located in northeastern Oklahoma, sat in between zinc and lead mines for over 70 years. Acidic water from the mines flowed into the creek, harming the animal and plant life in the area. The Quapaw Nation worked in close partnership with the Environmental Protection Agency to help clean up Tar Creek. With their partnership, the Quapaw Nation has cleaned up over 7 million tons of mine waste and remediated over 600 acres of land.
Today's sole purpose is to get people up and moving because today is National Take a Walk in the Park Day. Each year, today encourages us to stretch our legs and take a leisurely walk on our favorite trail or public park. Taking a walk in the park is an excellent way to clear your mind from stress while also re-energizing and improving mental health. Many people celebrate today by plugging in headphones and going for a stroll, gathering some friends and walking and talking together, or sharing things you found on your walk on social media. However you celebrate, don't forget to show us by posting under the hashtag National Take a Walk in the Park Day.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Macy Strain has our 7-day forecast. Macy?
Yeah, Shay. So today we had that high around 88 and that low at about 67. And moving into Tuesday and Wednesday when we're going to see that rain come in, we're going to see those highs in the mid to high 80s and those lows anywhere in the 50s to 60s. And then moving into Thursday, we're going to see that temperature drop out of the 80s a little bit into the mid 70s. But on Friday, that high is going to be right back up in the 80s. But moving into Easter weekend, that's when we're going to see those temperatures drop back down. Those around 67 for both of those highs on Saturday and Sunday, and those lows in the high 30s. Well, that's all I got for the 7-day, so I'll go ahead and send it back to you guys.
All right, Macy. That's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily-O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily-O, I'm William Manziel.
And I'm Shay Falconer. Have a great night, everyone.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your